Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Todd Wharton. If you guys don't know me by now, I'm the CEO of GTC, host of GTC Live, FaceTime with Todd Wharton, and the creator of the ELSA Humanitarian Awards here in New York City. I'm taking this time right now to really talk about what is going on today and pretty much in everything that's driving a lot of people crazy, and somebody like me, I feel, needs to speak out. So for the past 4 years, we've all been going through it. Trials and tribulations, racial wars are getting stronger, Black Lives Matter is becoming a reality, and people are pretty much fighting for their lives. It's something that I never thought I would have to see. That's just it's horrible, and it needs to be talked about, not from a political point of view and not from anything that has to do with running for office or in general, but from a human standpoint. If you guys know me, I love everybody, from anybody who has a heart, who has love, who is just really good people, and a lot of this needs to be talked about. So again, for the past 4 years, we have been going through it, and it needs to stop now. Somebody took office 4 years ago, and I'm not mad at anybody who voted for Donald Trump. And I'll explain to you why. Because 4 years ago, people were kind of relieved that we had somebody who was not a politician decided to run for office, and a lot of people are looking for a change. I get it. But the minute this man took office, he was worse than a politician. He used this office for power, for his own personal gain, and he pretty much became Loki of our society. And let me explain to you what I mean by Loki, right? Pretty much Donald Trump is Loki, right, who was the star of the biggest reality show for 4 years and also owned a radio station at the same time. Now let me break that down for you. If you guys all know the story of Loki, Loki was a god of mischief, and if you're not sure, watch Thor. And the god of mischief always did things, but he had to have a live audience. He had to do it in a spectacle. He had to have a parade. He had to have people look at him and me. And it was always a negative happening, right? Think about what I'm saying. That's what Loki did. He was all about himself, about, so not just, he didn't have social media, but he was just about the crowd. He wanted everybody to look at him and be like, look at me. I'm about to do something that you're not going to like, but I don't care. I'm Loki, and I'm the man, and I want to do it on a level, and everybody needs to see me, right? So with that, now you have Loki, who runs the biggest reality show of all time, which I call the Trumps, because I've never seen so much drama in politics or in anything in my life. Literally every day was drama. I've never seen politicians making bad decisions, tweeting about one another like they're still in kindergarten. Keep that in your head, right? Constantly tweeting about each other, talking smack like they're kids in a playground. Because the Trumps is pretty much an offshoot of The Apprentice, but in the political world. Then on top of that, picture Trump owning a radio station. And why do I say that? Because radio stations have a knack of playing songs. And when you first hear them, you're like, oh man, that's horrible. Like once in a while you hear a song, you're like, oh my God, that's so bad. But what they do is they play the song for months, 10, 20 times a day, over and over and over and over. And what happens after a couple of months, right? You hear the song, you're like, yo, that's my jam. No, it's not your jam. What they did was they implanted a seed months before about something that was not facts. You knew you hated the video when you first heard it, But because you heard it so many times, you ended up believing it. That it was dope, that this is my jam. So now put it all together in a nutshell. What's Donald Trump? Donald Trump is Loki, who is the biggest star of the reality show called The Trump, which is an offshoot of The Apprentice, who also owns a radio station. And that's what he's been doing for 4 years, in a nutshell. And again, I'm not mad at the people that first voted for him 4 years ago, because I understand you wanted something different. But something along the lines, you must have said like, wow, this guy's actually crazy. Yeah, he is. And it's not like he's hiding it. He's proving it. And he knows he has so much power that whatever he says is going to end up being true when it's not. Like, for a funny example, he can wake up tomorrow and be like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell people that the White House is actually orange. And for the next 2 months, I'm going to tell everybody that the White House is orange. And then you know what's going to happen? The following that believes that he's pretty much God is going to start walking around telling people, what are you, blind? The White House is orange. Because Donald Trump said so. That's how scary this guy is. And the last person who's kind of like that was, who is that guy's? Hitler. Yes, Hitler. Same type of atmosphere. Okay? So you guys need to start waking up and realizing what's going on. Because for the past 4 years, racism has been an uproar. I'm a white guy. But everybody knows I love everybody from Latinos to blacks to whites to Asians to Hawaiians. If you have a good heart, I'm down with you for life. I don't care what your skin color is, because at the end of the day, we all got the same heart. We all bleed the same blood. We all go through the same diseases, because I wonder why. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we're human beings. That's it. Anybody who's a racist, you're a hypocrite, because you walk outside every day where there's a good chance that the sun's going to hit your ass, and you're probably going to end up getting a little bit of a tan at the end of the day, or you're the same racist that goes out planning on going to the beach to get a tan, but you're a racist. So let me get this straight. You don't like people because of the color of their skin, but you'll make plans to go to a beach and get a tan. Please, please, somebody explain that to me. Okay? So I'm trying to throw reality checks into you guys that needs to make sense. Okay? All this going on right now should not even exist. Racism, racial profiling, white supremacy, none of this crap should exist. We all lived 70-something years. Why the hell are we constantly killing each other over stupid shit? Okay? And now we're allowing one person to pretty much foreshadow the way life's supposed to be. Listen, Mr. Trump, if you want to live that way, go off on your own island because you can afford it with whatever money somebody's sponsoring you with, and live on your island and do what you do. But let the rest of the world live. All right? Now what's going on with this impeachment trial is straight up retarded. And I'm going to break it down for you from a human point of view, who's not a politician, to break it down very clearly. Number one, the jurors. If I'm not mistaken, the jurors are supposed to be selected jurors of our peers. Am I right or am I crazy? Right? But the jurors are people that actually back Donald Trump, which are pretty much the votes. Right? So you already got people that support him. So how is this automatically a fair trial? The trial should be of the jurors of the people, because at the end of the day, we're the ones that vote you guys into the offices that you're residing at now. So why don't we have a say in what's going on when it comes to the impeachment of a president that we voted for? Well, I didn't vote for him, but I'm just saying in general. Number one, okay? I already spoke to you about what Donald Trump is, right? He's Loki, who's the biggest star reality show that owns a radio station. Breaking it down for the people that just timed in, Loki's a god of mischief that loves to do things on a grand scale so everybody sees him and it's me, me, me. That's why social media is king for Trump. Reality star, that's the Trumps. Pretty much an offset of The Apprentice. Biggest reality show of all time that just got canceled right when Biden got elected, right? And then radio station, because radio stations love to play songs you hate, play it for 3 months and you end up believing it. AKA the voting fraud. He told people about the fraud 3-4 months before the election even happens. How's that even possible? You're creating a fraud that hasn't even happened yet. But because he implanted it in your head, everybody believes it because they're brainwashed. It's crazy. And it's not just us. It's politicians that are just believing it. And there's no proof. That's the funny thing. No proof. But there is proof because it's in Donald Trump's head. And if you guys know what the meaning of pathological liar is somebody who creates a lie and then he believes his own lie to the point where he starts telling people that it's real. That's pathological liar. Okay? Getting back to the trial. The Democrats were pretty much pounding our heads with the videos. And the reason why they're doing that is because they need to pretty much convince the world over and over again that this is not a lie, like this is real. The insurrection is real. It happened live. We all saw it, right? And now it's on tape. So they're showing it over and over and over again. And it's really disturbing to watch because 5 people got killed. One of them to be a police officer, right? Never should have happened. This impeachment trial is retarded and ridiculous because now, keep in mind that the attorneys for Donald Trump, they're attorneys. So they're going off of whatever proof they have or evidence to try to get their client off. That's their job, right? Whether we like them or not. But they're pretty much basing their evidence off frauds and lies that were made up months ago. Now, this insurrection, this wasn't a fluke. How many of us have been talking about, something bad's going to come? And this is years ago. It was building. It was building, right? White supremacy, racism. Donald Trump didn't create this. He saw a flame, and all he did was light the fire of a sleeping beast. It's always been there, okay? It should have never been there, but it's there. He lit the flame. So now, he's in the most powerful office in the world, lighting a flame of racism, white supremacy, racial profile, and it's getting to the point where it's scary for not just all different races, but for me too, because I lost one of my friends last year who got murdered. Okay, so getting into the trial, I want to put something in reality check for everybody if you haven't even realized it. When a defense attorney for Donald Trump came up and they kept saying, well, the Democrats left this out of the video and left that out of the video, left this, and they started saying in the speech where Donald Trump actually said, let's walk peacefully down to the Capitol and I'll be with you because, we have to take back our country pretty much, right? Now, Donald Trump is a very smart, sadistic person. For the past 4 years, he does things knowing that, well, how do I get out of it so I'm not completely blamed for it, but how do I get out of it? This is what he did with the insurrection. Think about this. I'm going to walk with you to the Capitol and we'll get a protest, right? On the day of Congress in session. So it was already planned. We already noticed. Now, if he did walk to the Capitol with them, really ask yourself, would there have been a breach to the Capitol? No. Want to know why? Because if Trump was in that scene during the breach, he's dead in the water. He's gone. He already knows that he lost and he's going to jail. So what did he do? He told his followers, I will walk with you. And then what did he do? He didn't walk with them. He sat back in the office like this, and he watched. And why did he do that? Because he's a very smart, sadistic man. He planted this whole thing. Whether they have proof or not, and mine is a hypothesis, there's a possibility, and it's not proven, that he did have side meetings with some of these people, planning it. Really, really think about it. Really think about this. Whether you're a Trump supporter or not, and the ones that weren't at the breach but still voted for Trump, I just want you to really think about this, okay? Because at the end of the day, I have friends that are Trump supporters. Even my father, I don't really talk to him. But I don't let politics get in the way of my friendship with people, because that's how you lose friends and family. Okay, but I want you guys to really think about this. What the attorney did not state, he kept stating Donald Trump is about peace. He was about the peaceful thing. They left it out, blah, 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 blah. But I'm going to ask the attorney, okay, he said he wanted to walk in peace. And he said he was going to walk with them. But Mr. Attorney, I'm not going to say your name because I just don't want to. Why didn't Donald Trump walk with them like he said he would? The reason is because your client planned not walking with them because he wanted to get the crowd riled up so they would do what they did, because this was planned. It wasn't like they were scattering around looking for things. They knew where the offices were. They knew where to go. They knew where to go in and out. It was planned. We all know that. And the attorneys for Donald Trump are saying that he didn't aid, he wasn't a part of this, blah, blah, blah. How can something that was pre-planned have anything to do with him? It's obvious that he was there. Now, here's the other thing that you're forgetting. Under the law, there's something called aiding and abetting. For example, if I told somebody to, for example, go march and raid, or if I even told somebody on the side that you need to do this and that person does it, right? And let's say somebody died. Whether I like it or not, whether I planned it or not, I am part of that crime because I aided and abetted the crime, right? Donald Trump aided and abetted the insurrection. It's as clear as day. The proof was live, right? Proof is live. It's also being proven in Congress right now. The facts are there. It's not like it's hidden. It's not like conspiracy. It's there. The whole world saw it. It's not just the U.S. The whole world saw it. Here's the huge problem that's going to happen. And I'm going to say this from a white guy's perspective. If Donald Trump gets off, you know what we're telling the world? That if you're a white man with money or a white man of power, you can get away with, pun intended, murder. Because remember, 5 people got murdered during this insurrection. One of them happened to be a police officer doing his job, defending the very oath that he took when he became an officer, that Donald Trump took as well as an oath to the office. And to this day, he has not acknowledged the deaths, nothing. You know what he says after this whole insurrection? We love you, please go home. No, he didn't say anything. He just says we love you. He's pretty much co-signing what just happened because he's a part of it. If we allow him to get away with this today, we're telling the world that if you're a white man with money or power, you can get away with, pun intended, murder. Let me put it in another way. If Obama was in office and did this for 4 years and incited the insurrection, there would be no question that Obama's ass is going to jail. No question. And even to co-sign that, why is it that when Black Lives Matter does a peaceful protest, they get shot with rubber bullets, gas, the whole nine, but then a protest for Donald Trump where people show up with M16 machine guns, guns. How is that a peaceful protest? The minute you show up anywhere with a weapon, there's no peace. No peace when you're holding a peace. Understand? No peace when you're holding a peace. Think about that. Everything that's happening right now is ridiculous. The Republicans, the ones that are a part of this, that are voting for Donald Trump, they're not doing this and voting based on right and wrong. They're doing it for the party. But how is this a great thing for the party if you agree that somebody can incite such a deliberate action upon the Capitol, people get murdered, and then you're saying, no, that's cool. You're not the president anymore. It's all good, man. Because if you guys don't understand why they're actually doing the second impeachment, there's a number of things. I'm going to explain it to you. Number one, if he gets impeached for a second time, Donald Trump can no longer run for office. And somebody like him should not have the power that he has. Again, it's like giving Loki the power to the earth. Think about that. For all you kids that watch Thor, imagine if Loki was our god. Just imagine that. Okay? I mean, that's one major reason why he can't become president. If he gets impeached, he can't run for office anymore. Here's something else you guys forget about. When you leave office as a president, you have the rights to certain things like special security, safety, the whole nine. Here's my thing. Why should Donald Trump get security and safety when the people that defended our country, like our police officers who died, and the innocent people during the insurrection got murdered? So why is it okay for them to get killed, but Donald Trump can walk around and have all the security he wants when he's pretty much a murderer? Does that even make any sense? If that's the case, I have an idea. Why don't we go back in time, and why don't we just let Jeffrey Dahmer and all the insane guys out of jail and just let them roam free? It's cool, dude. You know, imagine if Silence of the Lambs, he's constantly feeding on people like, yo, what are you eating today? Oh, liver. Oh, that's my brother. Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, no. You're good. You're a white guy. You can eat liver. That's good. But if you're a black man, I'm going to kill you. Because that's what's happening right now. And somebody like me needs to speak out because I don't know what it feels like to be an African American in this day and age. I just don't. Or a gay man or a woman in this day and age. I don't. All right? But I love everybody. I have a lot of my friends that are African Americans, gay, Latino. It doesn't matter. If you're good people, I'll rock with you. But I need you guys to really understand what's going on here. This needs to stop. It needs to stop. Because if it doesn't stop, we're in for a future of where our kids are going to be if we allow this to happen. Right? So I want to ask everybody a favor. I would love if you can reshare this video. You don't have to. I'm not begging you to do it. But it's somebody like me that needs to step out and really talk the truth. What's happening right now is absolutely horrible. And it needs to stop. And no matter the outcome of the trials this weekend, please, if you go to protest, do it peacefully. Because the minute you guys do something in violence, all you're doing is feeding into everything that is wrong with our world. Violence doesn't get us anywhere except people dying, and then the person that committed that violence ends up going to jail, except for Donald Trump, of course. I want you guys to take heed what I had to tell you guys today. I hope we have a better future. I hope that everybody can have a great life. But this needs to stop, and everybody needs to be treated equally. Racism needs to stop. White supremacy needs to be stopped. And that's pretty much it. I think I've said my piece. I hope you guys have a great day, man. I really do. All right? Enjoy your weekend. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.